Okay, here's Willow Creek, California. A wonderful home of Bigfoot. And we're going to show you some of the Bigfoot history of this town here. Very exciting, I assure you. Coming down around the corner here, not a soul in sight. You see the beginning of the metropolitan area. We'll pause it for a moment here. Well, here's one of the many little creeks that flows into town. Up there somewhere is my cabin. Back behind there at the headwaters of this creek watershed is where some Bigfoot action has been reported at the Brush Mountain Lookout and Friday Ridge Road, only a couple, 3 miles away from here. We'll pause again as we head down into town. Okay, here we are coming into town. You can see there Cinnabar Sam's, fine restaurant. They possess a 1968 Argosy magazine with the Patterson Gimlin film photos in it. They also distribute the Bigfoot red wine. You can see here, that is Bigfoot Rafting Company, one of our local businesses. We'll proceed now with our fine cell phone video to view the Ace Hardware Bigfoot mural painted by Dwayne Flatmo of Eureka. And here we see Bloody Nose Creek, yet another one of the little local creeks flowing in to town and under the highway. Well, here we are in Cinnabar Sam's in Willow Creek. Gonna take a little guided tour of Willow Creek Bigfoot history. You can kind of see in there the 1968 Argosy. Not quite enough light for that. But outside, there is. You can see here the town, mountains surrounding it with, whoop, there it is, the Ace Hardware Bigfoot mural. Here we have the Ace Hardware building. We'll come up for a closer view for you here. This fine mural, you're going to lose your perspective, but there are the local scenes involving Bigfoot and the construction of this town and its relation to its environs. Those look suspiciously like redwood trees. We don't have oranges in this town, I can tell you right now. Maybe some watermelons. And there's one Bigfoot. He looks like he works in the garden shop. Decidedly modern looking wheelbarrow there. And our wonderful local native people also using what looks like modern planter boxes and a trowel of some kind. Bigfoot helping out. Here we have what looks to be a sulking Bigfoot. Don't know why he's so unhappy. Perhaps he's just resting after planting that little cypress tree. I don't know. Fox Farm. Looks like some cow manure there, perhaps. Fertilizer. We have the miner. Another important bit of history in this area, the prospecting and mining. I don't know what that might be. But here we have a little pond of some kind. Fine agriculture. I don't see any marijuana plants being cultivated there. And there's Bigfoot helping the loggers out. and perhaps milling that lumber for the construction. And the steam donkey. Man, that tree is about to fall over, don't you think? There's another helpful Bigfoot who has a contractor's license, no doubt, insured, and some humans. So that's the Ace sign. We'll move on now. Below us, you can see here, there's the Ace sign, and you can zoom in a little, you'll see the gas station is a Bigfoot statue and mural. Famous Willow Creek modern iconography. We will go look at that now. I won't trouble you with the walking. Okay, here we are, the Patriot gas, otherwise known as the Bigfoot Mecca. And okay, continuing after a dead battery in darkness stopped us. Here's Bigfoot's view over towards the east in Willow Creek. Here is Bigfoot, one of our statues, 3 main Bigfoot statues in town, and you can't see him very well. See, his foot is crumbling. There he is. Fine work of art. Get a little view on the other side here. Rather an imposing Bigfoot. Some 10 feet tall, I think. And then over here, we have the Bigfoot mural at the Patriot gas station. This one's rather famous. Give you a good view. Here he is overseeing some activity typical of Willow Creek. This was designed by Richard Parrish and painted by him. He also designed the statue, but he did not sculpt the statue. Here's one of the things you can do. Notice none of these people seem to see the Bigfoot. Okay, we'll move on down the road here now. We are at the now defunct Sherry's Diner, where you can see Bigfoot is at the walk-up window getting an ice cream cone. Now, up the road here, we'll head towards the old Al Hodgson's store. Here's the location of the original Al Hodgson store. He's the one who called Roger Patterson down in 1967, eventually got the film. His other store is up the street there. We'll see there, that was apparently where Roger Patterson called him when they had gotten the film that evening. But here, the pool hall is where Al and his wife Frances had their store. Now a bar, the pinnacle of nightlife in Willow Creek. Across the street you can see the Bigfoot Motel. This is where the Pacific Northwest expedition met in 1959 with Tom Slick, Bob Titmus, Nada Hinden, and let's see, John Green. Later Peter Byrne was to arrive, so we'll go look over there and you'll see some other things. Just for the novelty, there is the Bigfoot-shaped bulletin board in front of the old dollar store, the old pharmacy building. Not too exciting. Here we are at the Bigfoot Motel again. We don't know which room they exactly met in, but I've been told it's down there, somewhere in the back. No one really knows for sure. There's the sign in the window, the Bigfoot Crossing. We will, this is the Trinity Highway. You can see right up in here the area of Bluff Creek. where the film was shot. Here we are in Willow Creek, right there. Moving down the way here.
There's some lovely flowers.
Pause it momentarily. Okay, well, somewhere in here is where they met and discussed some of the early Bigfoot evidence, planned their trip up to Bluff Creek after the big footprint finds in 1958. Apparently Bob Titmus had some moose poop here that he told Tom Slick was Bigfoot turds. See here, the motel has a shape of a foot for its sign, and in here is the Bigfoot Cage. Apparently this was never used in the field to actually try to capture a Bigfoot, but I don't think it would really hold one for very long. We've captured a little human, though, I see. The Bigfoot Cage. Not the best field technique. Here we are, the back sign of Bigfoot Motel. Go around the corner and see the old Jim McLaren statue. Okay, here we are now, heading towards Highway 96, officially called the Bigfoot Byway, scenic byway, which heads all the way to Happy Camp, about 80 miles north of here. And I will pause for the next step. The room where Henner Fehrenbach stayed in 2003 for the International Bigfoot Symposium. I remember seeing him walk in there. That was here in Willow Creek, organized by Al Hodgson, and just down the road here at the Trinity Valley Elementary School. Oh, we can do that later. Over here is the little park, and you can see behind there the Bigfoot collection at the Willow Creek China Flat Museum. And we'll head over to the statue. Okay, here's the Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center, and you can get some good information in there sometimes. The statue used to be out here on the corner of 96 and 299, but they moved him back here. This is the Jim McLaren statue from 1967. It took him a while to finish it, but that's about when he was working on it. You can see it's rather massive, and of course a classic icon of Bigfooting. I don't know if you can read this sign. Barely. Oh my Bigfoot, it says. And lettering has all faded. So we'll just get a little view of massive hands and feet, which have been redone many a time due to dry rot. No one knows what he was holding in that hand there. Maybe nothing. It's made out of a big solid block of redwood. And now we'll head over to the museum. Here's another map for you. And you see us here in Willow Creek. Go north to Hoopa. And up in there by Orleans is the film site. Little park. They have the farmers market. Another icon is the salmon. You don't see too many of them these days, but they're still out there. Bob Titmus's track collection is housed in this building here.